is the City of Portland Budget Committee. Keelan, good evening. Please call the roll.
Good evening. Ryan,
Here.
Gonzalez, Maps, Rubio,
Here.
Wheeler.
Here. Thank you, Keelan. I'll now hand this over to the City Budget Office Director, Tim Grew, to provide a brief overview of the budget process. Actually, we need to hear from legal counsel, don't we, on the rules of order and decorum? Do we have a representative from legal counsel? All right, just do what the moderator tells you later. In the meanwhile, I'll turn this
Mayor
over.
Wheeler, I'm happy to also help as facilitator if we need to read the rules of order and electronic meeting
Yeah,
statement.
we'll go ahead and wait till we get to you then, Jen, and we'll let you do that. We'll now turn it over to Budget Office Director Tim Grew, will give us a brief overview of the budget process and the budget. Welcome, Tim. Tim, I'm sorry, I can't see you, or I see your presentation. Are you on? Tim may not be on yet. Do we have a representative from the budget?
He is.
Office?
Sorry, excuse me, Mayor Wheeler. Tim is here. He's having some technical issues. Give me just a second here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. And Keelan, for the record, Commissioner Gonzalez is on the call.
Mr. Mayor, I'll point out I'm here too.
Commissioner Maps as well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
So I'm going to take an executive liberty here while Tim's trying to get on. I'm going to go ahead and switch to colleagues' messages. And I know that Tim would be doing that anyway. And we would ordinarily do that in roll call order. And I'm trying to find the roll call order. Keelan, you know the roll call order. Can you just call on people in the roll call order, please, to give any introductory comments they'd like to give?
Yeah, happy to. Commissioner Ryan, please.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Keelan. Hello, everyone. I am really here to listen tonight, so I was prepared to give some feedback after I get to take in your testimony. In terms of on the front end, I really just want to thank you for being here on a beautiful night. Thanks for caring about the city of Portland, the city that you must love a lot, or you wouldn't be here. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I'm also grateful to work with colleagues that are so focused on the top priorities. We know that a lot of idealism without pragmatic action got us here. And I'm really thrilled to be on a city council that's really focused and looking how we can move together with a lot of strategy and a lot of results. Thanks.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Commissioner Gonzalez. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you, Keelan. Commissioner Gonzalez apparently cannot.
Okay.
Skip him for now.
Commissioner Max, please.
Hi, folks. My name is Mangus. I'm one of your commissioners on Portland City Council. I am the commissioner in charge of the Water Bureau, the Bureau of Environmental Services, and PBOT, which of course is roads. This budget cycle, I am focused on public safety, houselessness, livability, and economic recovery. And like my colleagues here today, I am looking forward to hearing your comments on how we should make investments in our city over the course of the next fiscal year. And thank you for being here.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Oh, okay, let's go. Commissioner Rubio.
Hi, everyone. I'm Commissioner Rubio, and I oversee the Community and Economic Development portfolio. And this includes the Bureaus of Planning and Sustainability, Housing, Development Services, and Prosper Portland. And again, like my colleagues have said, here also to listen tonight, to hear about what's important to you and to make sure that we have a budget that reflects our collective values and priorities. We're all paying attention and prioritizing as a council our housing crisis and homelessness, as well as having safe and strong communities, and then also supporting our small businesses and tourism and hospitality to get back on their feet and thriving. So all these things are just a few of the things that we hope to hear tonight, but we're eager to hear from you to make sure that we're focusing on the right issues and prioritizing them in the way that makes sense for Portland. So thanks again for being here.
And then I've got Commissioner Gonzalez on the phone who will give his introductory remarks.
Hi, all. Thanks so much for participating tonight. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, in particular, because I'm not sure how audio is working for everyone. I just want to thank you all for participating in this important dialogue on our key investments for the city. With that, I'll turn it over back to the mayor.
Okay, thanks, Commissioner. I appreciate it. And I also want to leave as much time as possible for testimony. So I'm not going to read my full message, but I will take just a couple of moments to summarize the mayor's budget message. Last year, I put forward a message or a budget that invested in what we described as the healing and the building for the future of Portland. This year, my proposed budget builds on that foundation, implements change Portlanders have called for within the city government and within our community. Given general inflation to existing costs, the sunsetting of federal one-time resources to fund ongoing needs, and the elevated level of deferred maintenance, the demand for resources continues to surpass availability within the city. We were very fortunate to receive new revenue from the business license taxes as well as urban renewal areas to help balance this budget and fund important projects that address Portlanders' greatest concerns. And those are obviously homelessness, public safety, economic recovery, and livability related issues. With that background, I'd like to share just a few highlights from the proposed budget. First of all, with regard to homelessness, unsheltered Portlanders continue to live in unsafe and unhygienic conditions, with many suffering from untreated substance use disorders as well as mental health issues. The proposed budget funds the operations of 400 congregate shelter beds through the Joint Office of Homeless Services. It expands the Street Services Coordination Center. It continues to provide resources to help folks get access to case management and connection to behavioral health and substance use disorder and regular public health services through our county partners, as well as navigation to housing that will be reserved specifically for this population. This will be done at our temporary alternative shelter sites. With regard to public safety, we're encouraged by the downward trend in gun violence. We're going to continue to invest in programs that keep our community safe and ensure that offenders are held accountable for their actions. As part of my stated goal to hire 300 new police personnel over 3 years, I've released funding for 43 new sworn officer positions. Just to give you a benchmark, we're now 10 months into this work and we've already hired 120 positions. So we're actually ahead of schedule. I'm also including funding to partner with Multnomah County to establish 2 task forces that will focus on retail as well as vehicle theft, investigation, and prosecution. In addition, the Portland Street Response Program is funded within this budget to maintain its current service level. With regard to economic recovery and livability, we all understand that economic recovery is in large part dependent upon improved livability across the city. I created the Impact Reduction Program as well as the Public Environment Management Office, PEMO, to ramp up litter collection as well as graffiti abatement efforts across the city. Community members expressed incredible support for the work of these programs and the additional resources that were invested this year. My proposal maintains that elevated level of investment within our impact reduction program, and it continues our partnership with Solve to lead neighborhood cleanups citywide. In addition, I've dedicated new funding to increase the capacity for derelict RV enforcement and towing. We will continue funding street tree lighting citywide to encourage Portlanders to get into their community and take advantage of all that our small businesses and events have to offer. I'm supporting Portland businesses through a small business stabilization program, as well as investing in more events as we enter the summer season. Finally, I'm proposing to rebuild and reinstall the Thompson Elk statue to its original location. In November of 2022, of course, Portlanders voted to overhaul the current system of local government, changing the way we elect officials, how the city's is governed, and how bureaus are managed. We're making significant investments to ensure that the city is ready for our first election with ranked choice voting in November of 2024, and the arrival of a 12-person city council on January 1st, 2025, along with a city administrator and numerous other changes. I'm looking forward to hearing more feedback from members of our community tonight on the proposed budget as we work to refine the budget. I want people to be aware of the entire mayor's budget message, and believe it or not, it's much longer than what I just gave you. It can be found published in the fiscal year 23-24 proposed budget document that's available online at the city budget office website. And for those interested in reviewing the entire budget, please visit the city office budget website. That's at www.portlandoregon.gov/CBO, and click obviously the budget document tab and you'll get it. With that, I will hand this back to Director Grew. It looks like he is on board. Can you hear us okay, sir? You're muted. Can you unmute?
I am unmuted.
Hallelujah. The show is yours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and I apologize, we had some technical issues on my end. My name is Tim Grew, and I am the City Budget Director. I'm going to provide you with a very brief, high-level overview of the city's budget to provide you some background to help you in your testimony tonight. Next slide. First, some background on local government services. The city is not the only entity providing important public services to Portlanders, and we partner with other local and regional governments to provide comprehensive services to our communities. The county, which for Portland includes Multnomah, Clark, and Washington County, provides human services, public health services, libraries, the district attorney's office, management of the jail and parole probation systems, among other services. TriMet provides bus, light rail, and commuter rail services in the greater Portland region. And Metro plans for the future of the Portland region and provides parks, venues, and services that cross city and county lines. Additionally, we have public school systems that are important jurisdictional partners. Next slide. At the city, we organize our bureaus into 6 major service areas, all pictured in this slide. The city's Bureau of Transportation manages traffic infrastructure, parking, the streetcar, and locally owned roads. Public utilities include the Bureau of Environmental Services and the Water Bureau. And public safety includes police, fire, 911 call taking, and emergency management. Parks and Recreation provides functions and services including parks, golf, community centers, swimming pools, and even Portland International Raceway. Community development includes the Bureaus of Development Services, Planning, Sustainability, Housing, and the Offices of Community and Civic Life, and Community Technology, also that manages cable franchising. Finally, The city supports services, including those back office functions that serve to provision, including my own city budget office. Next slide, please. This is the schedule of our annual budget process. The mayor's proposed budget was issued on May 4th and is the focus of developing the approved budget, the process that we are now currently in, and will result in an approval of the budget on May 17th. The final adopted budget will be approved by the council on June 14th. Next slide. This chart shows how the city's total 7.1 billion mayor's proposed budget is divided among the service areas. These total budget figures include both operating dollars for day-to-day functions, as well as dollars for multi-year needs, such as infrastructure projects. The largest service area is our public utilities, followed by administration and support. These functions hold large multi-year capital and debt financing plans, so their total budget figures incorporate much more than the annual operating budget. Next slide. Budget conversations and decisions often focus on general fund discretionary resources, as these resources can be allocated with few restrictions. However, of the total city budget, only about 10% is comprised of discretionary resources. It's important to remember that as we talk about general fund discretionary allocations, we are only talking about a relatively small piece of the overall city budget. Restricted resources are those that are dedicated to specific uses. For example, grants, water and sewer fees, capital projects that are supported by bonds and debt issuance, dedicated tax levies such as the children's levy and the park levy. Next slide. This chart shows how the city's total 7.1 billion mayor's proposed budget is divided among the service areas. These total budget figures include both operating dollars for day-to-day functions, as well as dollars for multi-year needs such as infrastructure projects. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong slide. The city's proposed budget for general fund discretionary is 708 million in discretionary resources. And this chart shows how these services are allocated amongst the city service areas. The majority of general fund discretionary dollars are used to support public safety services, including police, fire, and rescue, and 911 call taking systems. The Police Bureau is the largest allocation, followed by fire and rescue. Additionally, the city spends a notable portion of discretionary resources on parks and recreation and community development services, such as homeless services and planning services. The agreement with the Joint Office of Homeless Services for $43 million is included in this category. City support services also include expenditures for cleanups by the IRP program, in addition to centrally focused bureaus like HR, accounting, attorneys, and the central budget office. Next slide, please. At the beginning of the budget process, the mayor established priorities that would guide the development of the proposed budget. These included public safety, charter transition, and livability. Highlights include 5.3 million to support 43 police officer positions, increasing the total number of sworn officers from 839 to 882. 2 million for continued derelict RV cleanup, funding for continuation of cleanups by the impact reduction program, 1.8 million for curbside ramps, 6.5 million for repairs to the Justice Center, and 1.5 million for restoration of the Thompson Elk. Next slide. This concludes my overview of the budget. And on this slide, you can see how you can provide information to us by visiting www.portland.gov/CBO and email citybudgetoffice@portlandoregon.gov. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. I will now turn this over to Jen Gray O'Connor, who is going to facilitate the rest of our public involvement tonight. So Jen, I'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Mayor Wheeler. So welcome everyone tonight. This evening is really dedicated to listening to community testimony about the mayor's proposed budget. I want to just start us off by letting you know that this won't be the last opportunity for you to have your voice heard. The next upcoming hearing will be on May 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. and that will be the approved budget hearing. But at any time, if you want to submit testimony, you can do so at portlandoregon.gov/CBO, as well as by email to budgetcomment@portlandoregon.gov. So tonight, I'll start us off just by reading 2 electronic meetings and rules of conduct statements, and then we'll go over the protocol for hearing community testimony. So our electronic meetings statement is that under Portland City Code and state law, the City Council is holding this meeting electronically. So all members of council are attending remotely by video and teleconference. And the city has made several avenues available for the public to listen to the audio broadcast of this meeting. This meeting is available to the public on the city's YouTube channel, eGovPDX, and at portlandoregon.gov/video and channel 30. The public can also provide written testimony to the council on the budget office website, which is portlandoregon.gov/CBO, and by email at budgetcomment@portlandoregon.gov. So tonight's rules of conduct: the City Council represents all Portlanders and meets to do the city's business. The presiding officer preserves order and decorum during the City Council meetings so that everyone can feel welcome, comfortable, respected, and safe. To participate in this meeting, participants applied to give testimony online. So if you did not apply and you'd like to give testimony to council, please submit your testimony in writing at portlandoregon.gov/CBO. When you are testifying, please state your name for the record, but your address is not necessary. Declare if you are a lobbyist, and if you're representing an organization, please identify it. Each person will have 2 minutes to testify and you'll be timed by staff. So when your time's over, you'll be given a verbal warning and then muted once 2 minutes and 30 seconds have passed. Disruptive conduct such as shouting, refusing to concede your testimony when your time is up, or interrupting others' testimony will not be allowed. If there are any disruptions, a warning will be given that any further disruption may result in the person being muted or even ejected for the remainder of the electronic meeting. Please be aware that all council meetings are recorded. So thank you for keeping your fellow Portlanders feel welcome, comfortable, respected, and safe. And with that, we are now going to hear from our community testimony. We have a lot of great testimony to hear this evening. So again, I just ask that everyone keep to that 2 minutes. You'll see our timer in the corner. And then you'll also hear my colleague, Jeremiah, tell you when your time has lapsed. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Jeremiah to call our first 3 folks.
Thank you, Jen. So this evening I'll be calling names in 3s, and then if you could unmute and go ahead from there. Our first 3 for this evening will be Katu News, followed by Xavier Stickler and Jay Clark. Katu News, go ahead.
Okay, I do see that participant, but Jeremiah, I'm wondering if we want to move to our next participants and then check again.
Sure. Xavier Stickler.
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Fantastic. All right. Mr. Mayor, Council, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Xavier D. Stickler. I'm the chair of the Land Use and Transportation Committee of the Downtown Neighborhood Association, as well as a board member. I'm here speaking on behalf of myself, as well as DNA Board President Walter Weiler, who is unable to be here this evening. We urge the city to restore the annual budget of the Portland Parks Foundation, PPF, back to its recent level of $100,000. Reducing PPF's annual budget to $25,000 will cripple an organization that is performing especially valuable services to the city, particularly in the midst of several restoration projects aiming to reinvigorate a depressed Central City. PPF developed the first major downtown festival entirely curated and produced by leaders from our communities of color, a BIPOC-led steering committee, a curatorial team, and a production team. 5,000 people enjoyed the work of more than 80 artists and vendors in July 2022. PPF is set to do it again in July 2023. In response to the City Council's decision to restore the Elk Fountain, PPF raised the money to commission additional design and engineering work and is preparing to oversee the creation of full contract documents for the return and restoration of the Elk Fountain, a year faster than the city could do on its own. PPF has worked to create a plan to restore O'Brien Park, engaging a team of local and national experts and involving hundreds of Portlanders' inputs and opinions, from property owners, retailers, and residents, but also the workers and clients of social service organizations who typically aren't consulted, but also want a safe, lively, and resilient new downtown park. While we sympathize with the city's need to create a balanced budget, this is the wrong corner to cut. Portland relies on the work PPF is doing, and we will not succeed without it. Each of these statements is backed up by hundreds of hours of research and planning to successfully complete projects that help restore our city. PPF delivers value. Their budget must be restored. We call on you to do just that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Jay Clark.
Jay, are you able to unmute?
I am.
Terrific.
All right. Can you see me now? There you are. Sorry, apologies. Okay. Mayor Wheeler and commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to testify this evening. My name is Jay Clark. I am the Director of Government Affairs for the Portland Business Alliance. The Alliance, as you know, represents a partnership between 3 independent organizations that work together for a more prosperous and livable community for all Portlanders. Those 3 entities are the Downtown Portland Clean and Safe Enhanced Service District, Partners in Diversity, and the Greater Portland Chamber of Commerce. I'm here today to speak on behalf of Downtown Clean and Safe, specifically their Downtown Marketing Initiative, or the DMI. The DMI is a great partnership between the downtown business community and the city of Portland that has stood since the adoption of the downtown retail strategy in 2009. My ask of you today is to correct what we hope was an error and fully fund the DMI program going into the next year. Additionally, we request your support for the continuation of the retail marketing partnership with Central East Side Together ESD, which was cut entirely from the budget this year. In total, these 2 programs were asking for $150,000 to be restored, which I'm sure you agree is very needed at this time. In addition to the work that we do, the holiday lighting and the marketing, the DMI, which is managed by longtime Portland entrepreneur Sydney Mead, we coordinate the Downtown Retail Council and manage the Downtown Retail Advocate, which helps recruit, advise, and place retailers into downtown leases. DMI coordinates the downtown pedestrian count and implements and reports back the annual survey of downtown retailers, both of which are formally presented to the city and community each year. We are pleased that the proposed budget continues the city's commitment to these longstanding partnerships, but we are puzzled by the $50,000 cut. We appreciate you hearing us and for the restoration of small but meaningful amount of funding. Additionally, we request that the city continue that modest $100,000.
All right, thank you. Next, we will have, sorry, give me a second to pull up the list again. The next 3 that we'll be having would be Andre Middleton, Kit Hawkins, and Andy Miller. We'll start off hearing from Andre Middleton.
Good evening, councilmen, council people. Thank you for having me in my testimony. My name is Andre Middleton. I go by he, him, his pronouns. I represent Friends of Noise, and I live in the Cully neighborhood of Portland, Oregon. I am testifying on behalf of the Portland Parks Foundation. As a leader of a nonprofit during the pandemic, so many of the young people we support flocked to parks and flocked to activities in parks that were safe, outdoors. But those parks need the foundation to maintain the services and the advocacy to keep Portland such a beautiful place as it is. Between the Paseo Festival, the dedication of getting new equipment at children's parks around the city, so many activities that we've been a direct participant in has been not just fun, but has really invigorated the young people that we work with to realize that they can do community service in a variety of different ways. And one of them is helping to protect the parks that they love so well. I think that the Portland Parks Foundation is a great example of a public-private partnership that really is working towards making sure that Portland not only is a wonderful place to be, but always is. Whether it's protecting the canopy, whether it's making their facilities are clean, safe, and operating well, you really can't go wrong in supporting the parks. So I'd like to advocate that the Parks Foundation's budget be restored to its $100,000 limit. It's going to be money well spent, and it'll be reflected in the smiles and joy in the young people that we support. Thank you for this time and this testimony.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Kit Hawkins.
Good evening. I'm Kit Hawkins. Thank you for this opportunity to congratulate the mayor on the priorities in this budget. For nearly 3 years, my husband, Bill Hawkins, and I, in the good company of the Concerned Citizens Group, have worked to help draw attention to the civic and cultural importance of the Thompson Elk Fountain. With his budget proposal, the mayor has demonstrated his dedication to the restoration and reinstallation of this public artwork. Thank you, Mayor Wheeler, for this spur to revitalization of our downtown core. Working with the people at City Hall, both commissioners and staffers, has proved to be an encouraging experience. We are grateful for the consideration we have been shown, and we look forward to helping to mount a wonderful welcome home party when the elk is back atop his fountain once again. Thank you again.
Thank you. We'll hear from Andy Miller next.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Wheeler and members of the council. My name is Andy Miller. I'm the executive director of Our Just Future, an organization formerly known to you as Human Solutions. Thank you, as others have mentioned, for prioritizing housing and homelessness in this proposed budget. While we share your impatience that change is not happening fast enough, we also know that together we continue to prevent many from harm. With that sincere thank you, let me quickly shift to something urgent, something this proposed budget does not yet support and that risks the failure of our collective effort on homelessness. Without more meaningful revenue increases to raise the compensation levels of the brave people who staff our shelters and homeless response programs, our system risks collapse. Most providers are seeing historic vacancies and bare bones staff levels that risk underspending current contracts. Before we open new shelters and new programs proposed in this budget, we need to take better care of the people doing the work today. The cost of living adjustment in this proposed budget that I believe is 5%, when inflation is at 6 or 7% and housing costs are going up 10 to 14%, simply won't cut it for someone making $20 an hour, a full $10 an hour less than data tells us they need to earn to afford to live in this region. We know you all appreciate this issue, having recently settled labor negotiations with double-digit retroactive pay increases needed to keep the workforce the city needs. A 5% COLA for nonprofit providers is simply not enough. We cannot keep asking good people to come to work and pay them wages that put them in the same peril as the people they're assisting. I also lastly want to note that the county chair's proposed budget provides added wage and contract enhancements not proposed by the city. While these are still not at high enough levels, and the county is hearing from providers about that, it creates an absurd system when some of our contracts will receive more enhancement than others when the work funded by the city and county through the joint office is the same work. We ask you tonight to please sit down with Multnomah County, agree to a joint services budget that will support even-handed and meaningful wage increases in the range of.
Thank you. Our next three testimonies this evening will be Brooke Best, J.R. Lilly, and Terry Parker. We will hear from Brooke Best first.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can, thank you.
Okay. I'm Brooke Best, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Concerned Citizens Group, who some of you are familiar with. I'd like to share a big thank you for your leadership in recognition of the Thompson Elk Fountain in the city's downtown revitalization, and as a cultural cornerstone beloved by residents and visitors alike. The Elk Fountain stood sentry between the two public squares for 122 years, and it's regarded as one of Portland's most iconic artworks, as well as being a designated city landmark. All of you showed your resolve to bring the Elk back with your earlier action, with a unanimous vote on a resolution that directed OMS for its full restoration at its original location. With the inclusion of $1.5 million in the mayor's proposed budget, you've demonstrated your continued commitment to this effort, and for this, we are grateful. The Elk's removal left a void in the heart of our downtown. Its restoration and return to its rightful place serves as a symbol for Portland's resilience. Thank you for following through on its stewardship as a critical piece of Portland's economic and cultural vitality, and doing the right thing. Thank you all.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from J.R. Lilly.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Wheeler and City Commissioners. My name is J.R. Lilly. I go by he, him, his, and you may know me from one of the many hats I wear in the various communities of our city. I sit on the Budget Advisory Committee for the Portland Parks and Rec. I serve as an Urban Forestry Commissioner. I've sat on several city committees, and I was the most recent advocate for the East Portland Action Plan, the EPAP. And I serve on several community organizations, boards, and help uplift Native American voices in the different arenas. I'm coming here tonight as just a community member, and I want to uplift two areas this evening. First, I want to share that I believe in the Civic Life's DCL program is where, and I asked for it to be funded fully in its budget. When I first came here 10 years ago, it's where I started my journey, is connecting through NAEA's DCL program called the Portland Youth and Elders Council. This program was led by a wonderful community leader known as Donita Sue Fry, who might deserve a street named after her. And from her mentorship and her guidance was able to give me the courage to deconstruct and decolonize how I thought about engaging the city. All of my hesitations as an Indigenous community member were resolved or continue to be working in constellation, the need to continue to advocate. So very thankful for the DCL program and the support of my journey through that program. So continue to advocate for that to be supported. But also would like to thank my fellow conspirators for East Portland. During my 4 years as an EPAP advocate, I never had to fight for my program's budget. I felt support from the city of Portland, both the bureaus as well as the leadership and the commission, and just to make East Portland the place that we all desire. Thank you for your increased support in the budget every year for East Portland. We're seeing the differences. We're seeing the investment. And we're very thankful to the one day where we come on par with the rest of the city with parks, sidewalks, economic development, and housing services. But I just want to stress, support East Portland, continue your investment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Terry Parker.
Thank you. My name's Terry Parker. I'm a lifetime Portlander. About 10 years ago, I attended a forum on the Portland Plan. that had roundtable discussions of about 8 people each. We went around the table, each introducing ourselves and saying why we were there. When an elderly couple had their turn, one of them said, "We just came to listen. We can't afford to live here anymore." Shamia Fagan said she could not live on the Secretary of State's salary of $77,000 a year. Many senior citizens on fixed incomes or semi-fixed incomes, including homeowners, live on half as much or less a year. With annual increases in property taxes or rents, increases in electricity rates, 15% by Pacific Power, and increases in garbage rates, many of these seniors continue to be financially accountable by paying their bills. Now the city is putting forward more blows. A proposed city budget has an increase in the water and sewer rates of more than 6%. And PBOT is floating the idea of an $8 per house and $5.60 per apartment monthly fee. To receive a discount on water and sewer rates, I believe the threshold is around $17,000 to $18,000 in annual income, which is less than 25% of Fagan's former salary. It should be closer to 50% of what Fagan was earning. A variable discount could then be triggered at $38,000 to $39,000 per year. It seems like while the accountable people continue to struggle and pay their bills until they are financially tapped out, it's always the forever non-accountable people who receive the attention and financial support. The same is true with transportation infrastructure. It's time the bicyclists start paying for it instead of taking it out of other projects. You need to contact Salem to change the law. And finally, to keep Portland walkable, the parks budget needs to have a line item that maintains tennis courts in all neighborhood parks. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, we'll have our final two for this evening. We'll have Jennifer Parrish Taylor and Mercedes Elizalde. First, we'll hear from Jennifer Parrish Taylor.
Thank you. My name is Jennifer Parrish Taylor, and I'm the Director of Advocacy and Public Policy for the Urban League of Portland. I am here tonight to urge you to maintain current funding levels for the DCL program grants. These grants are vital to our programming and ensuring that our communities can both engage and show up fully to share their experiences. We recognize that we are in a moment of transition and that may require cuts. I would ask that as grantees, we be given the opportunity to receive current levels of funding so that we and our communities can better prepare for these changes. Additionally, we see this as an opportunity to be partners during and throughout this transition and in the realignment of what diversity and civic leadership looks like moving forward in the city. Increased investment is needed now more than ever as voters have mandated a change through the approval of charter reform, and we must make sure that all communities are prepared for that change. It is even more important than ever that we invest in the leadership of BIPOC Portlanders and remove barriers to participation. And while I understand that the city can't be all things to all people, it is the responsibility of the city to live up to its own citywide racial equity goals and strategies. In closing, we have a vested interest in this Bureau being successful as it will mean success for our communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Mercedes Elizalde.
Good evening. I'm actually stepping in place of Mercedes. Good evening, Mayor Wheeler and City of Portland Commissioners. My name is Ana Munoz, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement and Leadership Development at Latino Network. And I'm also here to advocate for the DCL programs. First of all, I want to thank you, Mayor Wheeler, for adding the $147,000 back into the DCL budget. That is a kind demonstration that there's still interest in keeping the grassroots leadership program active. However, it is not enough. There's still a long way to restore a healthy budget totaling $347,000, which is what we were working with before. This spring, I find out that there was a proposal to cut DCL funded by 50%. As a DCL partner, we were not informed about the plans for such a proposal. When I heard about the rumors, I contacted the DCL manager to find out about the details. And when the rumors were confirmed, I felt like a bucket of cold water over my head. We are currently 5 community-based organizations participating in the diversity and civic leadership programs through the Office of Community and Civic Life. Those organizations are Latino Network, NEA, Unite Oregon, ERCO, and Urban League. We all serve communities that traditionally have not been heard, considered, or included. Communities that are used to having resources taken away from them and not say anything. Well, enough is enough. We DCL partners are doing the work that the city of Portland has been neglecting to do. Academia de Líderes is the program that I run at Latino Network. The program has been running for over 15 years and have graduated more than 300 Latino leaders. Mayor Wheeler and commissioners, the DCL leadership programs are fundamental to show commitment to the people of Portland and to consider their voices for positive change. By funding these programs, you are gaining allies, supporters, and constituents that can support you and assist to amplify the messages on behalf of the city of Portland. So please restore our budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, just in case, Katu, would you like to provide any testimony this evening? Katu News. All right, not seeing anything. I guess in that case, over to you, Jen.
Great, thank you. So that concludes our community testimony for the evening. Now I'd like to conclude by hearing from our members of council. We'll start off by hearing from Commissioner Ryan.
So fun to go first. Thanks everyone for being here this evening. I am Dan Ryan, the Commissioner of Culture and Livability. And that is basically can be summarized as Parks and Recreation, Arts and Neighborhoods, and Equity. With Parks, I think it's really clear that we've been focused on what you would want us to focus on as we focus on the heart and soul of our city, which is downtown. I like to think of it as the heart that pumps out the healthy blood throughout the rest of the city. And I think everyone knows it's been hurting, and we need to give it some support. And so working with my colleagues, we're promoting a lot of arts activation in our plazas, our parks, and our squares downtown. And I really look forward to all of you participating and seeing a lot of you this summer especially. I also want to remind how important it is that we continue on our campaign to hire, especially youth. The Parks is probably the largest employer of youth in our city. Many people get their careers started in Parks and Rec, and we'd like to see that continue. We want our parents and families to have access to the many offerings. And last year, one of our biggest challenges was actually having enough labor force to provide swim lessons and to provide those services that you all expect. We're seeing great gains this year from last year as we come out of COVID, and I'm really thrilled about that. With community and civic life, I want to acknowledge a couple things. First, big picture, the voters passed a new charter. With that new charter, it means we'll have 4 districts. So we are refreshing the Bureau so it can be that objective steward of that bridge between the community and the city government. We won't do that alone. We will always work with partners, but I really am thrilled that we've removed some of our regulatory systems out because they're certainly not always objective. And we will be building with people from our community organizations, the restoration of the programs that were mentioned earlier in community and civic life. I will just say that the DCLs, thanks to some collaboration with a couple of my colleagues, specifically Commissioner Rubio and Commissioner Wheeler, we are finding the money to restore those funds. We will also use this year to get very busy planning what that looks like going forward. We're looking forward to seeing more alignment with what success looks like with all of our grantees, and that includes the small grants that go out, and then how we build the services for our neighborhood groups throughout our city to be engaged. This is an all-in effort. It's inclusive, and I'm very excited to lead up that effort. And so I am happy to report to some of you that came on tonight to advocate for that we have heard you, and we look forward to how this will evolve as we go forward. I'm well aware of the good work that you've done. I've been close and personal with much of that work, and I'm excited to see it move forward, and we will talk further. I'm sorry that the former leaders in that group didn't get back to you on that. We're doing the best we can as an office, rebuilding that bureau that needs a lot of attention. And we look forward to partnering with you. In terms of arts, I just want to say how exciting it is to remember that all great cities have great arts. I'm thrilled with working with the mayor to get some funding to the Art Museum, get some funding to the Judy, which is an amazing new facility for Northwest Children's Theater on Broadway. And also, of course, I'm pretty attached to the restoration of the Thompson Elk. So I think what you're seeing from this budget is a group of people that are working together with community to really focus on the priorities of our city. And in culture and livability, we have those efforts. So I'm listening to you. We'll be in touch with all of the leaders that we've spoken with of late from the culturally specific organizations around the DCLs, so we can partner and move forward with a fresh start. Thanks so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Commissioner Ryan. Commissioner Gonzalez, would you like to say some remarks?
Yeah, Jen. So I've got Commissioner Gonzalez here on the phone, but the feed isn't good. And so he's going to take a pass for tonight, but we have other opportunities where Commissioner Gonzalez will be able to share his thoughts. And I know he was listening intently, and we'll of course have many other budget processes here. But he's been here. That's the important thing. I just want people to know, even though he isn't able to talk, it's a technical glitch, and we appreciate him hanging in there. So thank you, Commissioner.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner. Thanks for your patience. Then we'll move it over to Commissioner Mapps.
Well, I just want to thank everyone who testified today. Tonight, I heard support for the Portland Parks Foundation. I also heard support for increasing our support for downtown marketing efforts and other marketing efforts for local small businesses. We heard many voices also express concern about funding levels to our DCL program. In addition, I heard resounding calls for the city to restore the elk statue. Also, I heard you loud and clear when folks talked about the need to raise wages for the good people who work with our houseless community. And as the commissioner in charge of Public Works, Terry's concerns about the cost of basic services like water and sewer resonate deeply with me. I'm committed to working with my colleagues to address these current concerns over the coming weeks and months. We will develop a budget which reflects Portland values and reduces homelessness and makes Portland a safer, more livable, and more economically vibrant community. I'm deeply committed to achieving these goals, and I want to thank everyone who's participated in this budget process to help move Portland forward. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Commissioner Rubio.
Thank you. And thanks again for everyone who testified today. We really appreciate your time and energy to advocate for all the things that we know that you care about. What I heard, a lot of what I heard, actually everything I heard is very resonant with the priorities that I have. And I have concerns about some of the things that were expressed as well. And your comments are going to help us further ensure that we work towards meeting these goals. And just again, to articulate back to you what I heard tonight is, again, the support for the great work of the Parks Foundation and Parks. Also support for maintaining funding of DCL programs. And I just want to say thank you, Anna and JR. It's how I know both of you and engaged with both of you all those years ago. So it's great to see you again. Support and appreciation for the Elk Fountain, as well as nonprofit providers and the great work they do to ensure they receive living wages. Support for small businesses and downtown activation, and then generally concerns about the impact of increases of fees and taxes on working people, and also a strong reminder to hold to our values of inclusion and racial equity. All these are critical issues, and all of them ensure in different ways that our city will stay on track and live up to our values and priorities. So I hear you and I agree with these, and I'll do what I can to work towards these goals. So thank you again for taking the time to be here and to give voice to all these priorities tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll make just a quick reminder about upcoming opportunities for continued engagement and then hand it over to Mayor Wheeler. Just as a reminder, we will have an opportunity for more input on Wednesday, May 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. That's the approved budget hearing. You can sign up with the council clerk in order to give testimony at that time. And again, you can always email your testimony to budgetcomment@portlandoregon.gov or go to the budget website at portlandoregon.gov/CBO. And now I hand it over to Mayor Wheeler to conclude us.
Great, thank you. Well, I'd like to just throw in a couple of comments. I know my colleagues did a really good job of listening and reflecting back what we heard in tonight's hearing. I really want to thank people who testified tonight. This was probably the nicest, warmest, sunniest night we've had in a year. And you chose to spend your time with us this evening, which tells me how important this is and how committed you are to the issues you raised during your testimony. And I want to thank you for that. Jen, as always, I want to thank you for your outstanding facilitation. And I also want to express my gratitude to our city budget office and Director Grew. You've done a great job to usher us through this process, and I appreciate the long hours and the hard work all of you put in. The budget that I proposed for fiscal year 23-24 is focused on building upon the foundation of our previous investments and implementing the bold change that Portlanders have called for within their government as well as around the community. Our objectives are clear, though the work required is both significant in terms of staff time and investment. We're prepared to make the bold decisions needed to be responsive and uphold our obligations to Portlanders. I thank you all. This meeting of the Budget Committee is continued to next Wednesday, May 17th at 2 p.m. when the committee will consider the approved budget. Public comment and testimony may be provided by signing up to testify in advance via portlandoregon.gov/auditor. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Recording stopped.